Oh, it is recording. Oh. Welcome to Four Movies, where I'll be discussing four movies that have something in common. But what they have in common, I know, but do you? If you do, say it before the end of the video. And if you don't, then wait till the end of the video and I will tell you. And we can talk. Now, if you didn't know, that's the intro for four movies that have something in common. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got about 6 more videos, counting this one, before it's just going to be 4 movies. I have run out of connections. Excuse me. I have one full book where they're all connected like that, except for the ones that are missing. And like I said, I'm going to go back through and see what's missing and see how I can connect those or put new connections in there. Or the big book is going to be nothing but this book. I don't know, maybe eventually I'll get it all synced up, but you can't match them all, okay? So we're just going to go, okay? These are 4 movies that have something in common. And I'll give you a hint, this is a do-si-do. Meaning that the first 2 have something in common, and the last 2 have something in common. So, hopefully that helps you. Andy, do you have anything to say from 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
No, that's not true. Anyways, first movie. Boom. The Dark Crystal. And if you haven't seen The Dark Crystal, I definitely recommend you see it. There was another movie that got a whole bunch of praise when it came out. That movie was Labyrinth. But I like Dark Crystal. I thought Dark Crystal was phenomenal. It is a fantasy film, and you're like, oh, well, it's puppets, so it's for kids. No, that's like saying Star Wars is for kids. It's applicable, but is it just for them? No. Like, Dark Crystal's got some deep stuff at the end there. I know. I let my little ones watch it, and they're just like, what's going on at the end here? I'm like, there's some deep stuff. But I liked how it was all engulfing, if you will, because you went into that world of fantasy and stuff like that. It gave me those vibes of, like, there's a lot of people that'll talk smack about Return to Oz, but Return to Oz was wildly creative. Goodness gracious, wow. There was somebody with like a rotating head, and the scarecrow looked actually scary, and so it was like, it was wildly creative. And this is the same, wildly creative. There's so much stuff where you're like, that's amazing. It's just really wildly amazing. I would love to work with Jim Henson Studio. If they even have a studio anymore, I don't know. I don't really know how that works anymore. The studios are all falling apart or whatever else going on. But hopefully there's a studio when, like the movie I'm making, hopefully that gives me some kind of clout, if you will, and then able to work with Jim Henson Studios, because that'd be awesome. Like, I have an idea for a puppet movie. So, Jim Henson Studios, what's up, okay? I got like an idea for a groundbreaking puppet movie, so hit me up. But anyways, Dark Crystal, I liked how it was encompassing, and like the Skeksis were so good, dude, and the series is amazing. Like, okay, if I'm sitting there saying Jim Henson Studio call me, and Jim Henson Studio, somebody from Jim Henson Studio sees this, I want to let you know right now, if you can get this to Jim Henson's daughter right now, okay, being a fan of the Muppets and stuff like that, and this kind of stuff, like, I like Dark Crystal way more than Labyrinth, but I can understand why Labyrinth was accessible. It had the comedy to it, but this just had amazing, like, atmosphere and characters and stuff like that. And I just want to say, like, I know Jim Henson's daughter had a big part to do in the series, if she did, or if Brian Henson also had something to do with the series and stuff like that, but I think Jim Henson would have been so proud of the Dark Crystal series. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. I think it's on Netflix, but it's so good. Like, really, if you were like, man, it's pretty good. If you thought this movie was pretty good, watch the series, because you will be blown away. It is so good. But slept on, I believe. But anyways, Dark Crystal was super fun, and then it didn't get the acclaim it should have got. Like I said, it's a lot of work to do this stuff. But sometimes that work is worth it. Where you have this proof of atmosphere, of character, of story, and yeah. So I guess at one point everyone wanted, when you hear Jim Henson or you hear Jim Henson Studios, they automatically think of the Muppets, and it's like, oh well, we want some Muppet stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be all Muppet. It's puppetry. There doesn't have to be human elements to it. In some cases, it should be just about Muppets, and not necessarily human puppets. I'm not saying there's not a place for that. There is, and just goes to show that's what the people want. When Labyrinth came out, and people were like, "Oh man, it was a success." I don't know if it was a success at the time or eventually became a success. Back in the day, it was like a movie could come out and be a flop and then hit into VHS tapes, and the video market would just blow it up. There was so many ways to. The movie industry before streaming was so much more profitable. It was able to be profitable. It was a structure that kept the cash flow going of profitability. And streaming has disintegrated that, where it's going to fall off. And it's like one of those things where, like, well, the human spirit will endeavor to tell stories in new and fundamental ways. Yeah, I understand that, but we had it so good. Ripping out my pants here. So good. And don't get me wrong, Labyrinth, fun movie. I'm getting off subject. Whoops. Fun movie. I liked how it had the comedy aspect to it. And while I'm at it, smell bad. Pluto was great. Bluto? Was it Bluto or Pluto? It might have been Bluto. It was something like that. It wasn't like, I don't think it was Pluto. But anyways, Bluto, baby. It was close to that. But it's not that I can't remember it. It's just I can't remember exactly what she was saying, because like I didn't have like captions on or anything like that. I just winged it. And my favorite character is the caterpillar. Hello. Coming for a cup of tea. Went the other way, it goes straight in the middle. So good. And this movie had its atmosphere as well, but it had a more Muppetable atmosphere, and I think that's just what people were expecting from Jim Henson Studios. Whereas with Dark Crystal, they weren't expecting that. It's one of those things that I'm sure they weren't expecting the level of amazement of how the success of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is a really well done movie, and Jim Henson had a part to do with that. And he's one of those things where like he wanted to incorporate the puppets into not necessarily children's storytelling, but just real good storytelling. This is an excellent fantasy film, honestly. Yeah. And like I said, catch the series if you get a chance. It's great. And then Labyrinth also has its place, has its fun little scenes and stuff like that. It has, it has just the scenes and stuff like that. I can go on and on. And I was having fun doing that. That's pretty cool. I don't know how that worked out. That's pretty cool. What do those two movies have in common? What could it be? Boy. Wow. I gave you the easy one first. I guess. Maybe. I don't think anybody's seen this movie. It's double-sided disc, so it's not going to show you who's in it. Ooh. But that was kind of a clue, too. So this is the movie Chaos Theory. If you have not seen Chaos Theory, it is well worth a watch. Like, there's some people that will complain it's all chopped up and screwy or whatever world, but I liked it because the main character is not playing the main character. He's actually playing the character. And you have a cameo by the head nurse. No, one of the four main characters from Scrubs. You know, there was the two guys and the two girls. The blonde-haired girl. Bam. And, oh my goodness gracious, I hope you didn't hear that, because my tummy rumbled. The other girl from Scrubs is also as the chief in High Potential, but I think she just left. And then the guy from, like, the young guy from Reba is like the Chief now. If you've been watching High Potential, that's fun. And I think on Hulu, and then it also has Hulu also has the French version, like the complete series of the French version, which that show is based off of. Which is one of those things where like you could it follows it to a degree, but I don't know how far it like variates off of that story, because it's like I haven't watched all the French one, but at the same time, like the High Potential show, the Americanized version, which they have a dub, they have an American dub of it. The American version of it's just not moving that fast, and it's like you kind of just want to go over to the French one and go, how's it gonna go, or what are they gonna do? Who knows? But it's taking a little bit. Anyways, this is Chaos Theory. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be a 15-minute video. Good. I hope not. Okay. Let's just get to this. All right, Chaos Theory. If you haven't seen Chaos Theory, it's basically there's a guy and he has a daughter, and then he finds out a piece of information. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for you. Oh wait, no. I'm not gonna spoil it for you because you have to see it play out. I don't think I'm gonna spoil it for you. Let me see what I got here. Don't Google it. I'm Googling this just to tell you when it was made. Okay. Don't Google for the answer, bro. You either know it or you don't. You can sit there and go, okay, I don't know it. I'm gonna Google it, and that's cool. But admit to yourself what it is. Okay. Trying to remember how to spell chaos. It's not that it's a hard word. It's just like it just looks weird. It always looks weird to me. Okay. This movie came out in 2007. Okay, so I guess spoiler alert. I'm gonna spoil it for you. No, maybe I'll spoil it afterwards. This is Chaos Theory. It's a fun film. I'll spoil it at the end. You know, so you can be like, oh, I didn't want to spoil it because it was a movie I wanted to see. Even though it came out almost 20 years ago. Bam! Fourth movie, Safe House. That's right. Now this movie is a good action film. It's fun. Like I said, it's well paced. It plays. It's got that cat and mouse the palpability to it, where it's got the characters going head to head. But it's not like I don't believe it to be raunchy or overdrawn or anything like that. It's one of those things where like the story is like you have this one character who's established. You have another character who comes in and has like a legend or lore, and then you find out who that character is, and then like it goes back and forth, and things are like one person thinks it's this way, but it's actually this way, and then it goes back and forth, and it keeps the story moving, and it keeps it fun and entertaining. Like I said, it's not a comedy, don't get me wrong, but like the action pacing, you're like, oh yeah, okay, you're enthralled in what's going on. So a well played movie. Like I said, definitely wouldn't. Oh, sorry, I just went over the time thing and it clicked over into another video. But anyways, basically what it does is it does its own cuts inside there whenever I get to like was it like 13 minutes and 17 seconds, I believe. Sorry about that. But anyways, solid film. Yeah, let's go ahead and figure this out. Also, if you've watched this far, thank you. You're awesome. Stay awesome. Thank you so much for watching me ramble as I do, and I hope that I hope I've entertained you. Anyways, Dark Crystal and Labyrinth were both made by Jim Henson and Jim Henson Studio and have puppets in them. Okay, let's go. That's a dead giveaway. Chaos Theory and Safe House both have Ryan Reynolds. Boom. Of course, Ryan Reynolds isn't really playing the Ryan Reynolds, because like I think this was before a time where it was like Ryan Reynolds had Ryan Reynolds to play, you know? He's like, hey, who's in this movie? Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, who's he playing? Ryan Reynolds. This was before that. Like, there's some movies, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like, you can sit there and go, Ryan Reynolds is a bad actor, or whatever in the world it is. It's like, you can say that, but at the same time, he found what people wanted, and they want that Ryan Reynolds package, and that's what he sells now. He's become a character of himself. Kind of like how Arnold Schwarzenegger was. Like one of those things where like, who did Arnold Schwarzenegger play in this movie? Like, what? No. Haha, I had a extra battery on charge. So I'm ready to go because I got 2 batteries with this. So I have 1 charge, and then the other one I didn't have all the way charged. So yeah, it did die, but I have this one charged. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. And let me get back to where I was. Ryan Reynolds playing other characters. Like I said, he did do that beforehand, but now he's the character who's in the movie, Ryan Reynolds. You sit there and go, well, who would he play in Deadpool? Like that was like a character built for him. Like he did that so well. So, yeah, like he was built for that character as well as he was like he became that was part of his character base, I guess. But anyways, that's not the point. Anyways, Chaos Theory. Let me go ahead and ruin this for you real quick. Okay, spoiler alert. So if you want to go ahead and it's not really that much of a spoiler. It's more of like the movie is essentially like let's say if it's a 2-act structure. In a 2-act structure, you basically have the setup, the conflict, and then the resolution and the conclusion, if you will. Like, no, that's 4 parts. No, there's 2 within the 2. I don't like 2-act structure. I like 3-act structure. But anyways, I would say that what I'm about to tell you is the part where it's the twist in the middle. So it's like, it's the conflict. It sets all the other the resolution is because of the conflict. And so to get to the end, that's what they have to do. Basically what it is this character, this guy finds out that his child is not his. And he raised her, and then it turns out that he can't have kids. But he's had a kid. But it would seem that kid is not his. And so he's a very structured person, makes lists and stuff like that, and then his world falls apart on him, and he just starts going crazy. Essentially, it's one of those things where it's like, hey, look, throw caution to the wind, write these cards, like, what do I do now? I don't even know what I'm going to do, but it seems like I'm going to go streaking. Woo! And so he kind of loses his way and has to come back, and that's the arc of the movie there. It's like I said, there's people that will try to dunk the movie for the way it's told, but I'm like, I find it to be an interesting story. So that's why I'm glad to have it in my collection, even though it's a crappy double-sided disc, which I loathe double-sided discs. I'm glad to have it in my collection. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a rarity, and I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy the movies where it's like, I enjoy when I sit there and go, have you ever seen this movie? And they go, no, I've never seen that. But at the same time, you gotta have the classics. So, Safe House, that both have Ryan Reynolds. Chaos Theory is the movie. Super fun. Thanks so much for watching. I'm an artist and a physical media collector, and I'm going to be doing a video a day until I get a silver play button or a gold play button, or if I just run out of physical media to show you. But I do have a lot of physical media, so I hope you're ready. Because like I said, okay, because you've watched this far, I'll give you some extra stuff here. And hopefully you listen to the spoiler and stuff like that. I'll go ahead and give you a little extra here. These are after this booklet I'm doing right now, which, I got some pages through. I got this, has nothing but TV series. I've got another one that's got some rando videos in it. And then I got this one that my those like my little one's collection. Like, he gave it to me before he went to the military because he couldn't take that. And like I said, he has his kids, so I'm pretty sure a lot of those are scratched to hell and back. But, and then I have this collection to go through, which ended up being a part of my collection because the ex basically was collecting some movies, and then when she left, she was like, you can get my movies. So, bunch of Sandra Bullock films. Hope you're ready for that. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in tomorrow. See ya.